All praises, all honor, all glory be unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to all the Akim doing and pushing this word in sincerity and truth worldwide, and a sincere shalom to the elect. I want to go into this real quick. This is nasty as fuck. You know, these people are basically allowing pedos and all the rest of them, you know, to walk free. When I put the description here. That's it. Just go type this up and watch this video, and you'll see. You'll see what it really is boiling down to. All right. So I remember I put out that video talking in 2025. They're gonna show their horns. This is also a part of them showing their horns. They're showing you who they really are. All right. So these people will allow pedos and see to the you know what. Photographers, all right, the C photographers, all right, they are allowing these fucking people to actually walk free. When you listen to what's going on here, and you know, this is irksome because everybody, you know, should be able to see what direction this place is fucking headed in. If you're not listening to when we're telling you about this place and how these people get down and who really is in power, Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, man. When you watch this is going to boil your blood. This is going to make you irks. You know, you're going to be mad. This is going to make you irks. Honestly, this shit right here is very troubling. But we know through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, you know, what it is, okay? And this is why the wicked going to get destroyed. You know, various other things too, he will get destroyed for too as well. But his deeds, his actions, yeah. And that's why I label it what the fuck, all right? A wicked society, he has an insatiable appetite for wickedness, okay? All this man wants to do is do wickedness, man. Fuck. John chapter 15 and verse 18. If the world hated you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world would love his own. But because you are not of the world, but because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. And that's right, because we're taking a stance against these things, okay? And that's through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. You're not supposed to be doing those things to, you know, those individuals. There's only a certain way you could talk here, because you know how fucking YouTube gets down. And yeah, they hate us, okay? They know that they hate the Lord first, but they hate us just as well. Amos chapter 5 and verse 10. They hate him, because what spirit are we coming in? We're coming in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, all right? They hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhorred him that speaketh uprightly. And what are we doing? We're speaking uprightly up there. We're telling them, no, you ain't supposed to do this. You ain't supposed to do that. You're not supposed to be doing that to, you know, a person such as that, okay? They're not of legal age, okay? In the sights of the Lord, they're not of legal age, man. And even in your goddamn system, they're not of legal age, all right? Those type of, you know, Esau, you're going to get hurt, man. You're going to get hurt. When the Lord returns, there will be no mercy shown to you and your offspring. Because this same bottom on liberal government, right, told people, and they pulled it back. They passed it and then they pulled it back because at that point in time, you know, people's minds weren't as warped as it is now. It's still a warp, but you know what I mean. It's a gradual thing that they work on the minds of these people. It's like Esau's planting those seeds in them and wanting those plants to grow out so they can say, yeah, all right, I'm down with that. You know, one day, what if I, you know, feel like trying that, you know? This is exactly what they put on the table for people. And this is wickedness. This is pure fucking wickedness. That's like putting the bottle to your neighbor's mouth, in a sense. Okay? Because here it is, you introduce these legislations, you start putting it out there, you start publicizing it, you start saying, yo, laws against if you speak against that, and da-da-da-da-da. So they hate us because we're out there speaking this word, the word of Yahweh Shemel Shai, okay? And they hate it. They say, no, you guys should get down. You guys should be all as one. No. And the main reason because we're exposing them. And it's gotten into the ears of the nobles. Okay? Isaiah, not like they didn't know this was going to happen. They knew. Okay? That's how stupid they are. They knew. Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. Exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles. And we're lifting up the banner. This right here. This is the standard, okay? Ain't nothing better than the scriptures, all right? So we're shaking the hand, telling them off, right? You guys are going off here. You're doing this wrong. You're doing that wrong. And it's entered into the gates of the nobles, okay? And they're not happy with it because it's upsetting their agenda, okay? But we don't care. Hey, we got a job to do, man. What is that? Revelation? Yep, Revelation 18. Yep, all the nations. Okay, Revelation 18 and 3. For all nations I'm drunk in wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundancies of her delicacy. This is why they're going to be mad when Babylon goes down, in a sense, too. They're going to be crying. They're going to be weeping. As it says, standing afar off. Because this is a place just consumes. Okay? And they've been in bed with the woman. Okay? They've drunken of her philosophies. All right? This is why you see that they're trying to, how do you say it, Antiochus, all should be one. Nimrod, all should be one, right? This is what they're trying to do to the world. And have a one world government. But the Lord ain't about that, okay? Because when you really look at it, all these other nations, all of us, everybody got their own way. The Lord said that when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of them, all right? So you're involved in this, you do this, that's what you like. You over here, you like that, this is what you do, so on and so forth. Okay? So going back in, and I heard a voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, that ye receive not of her plagues. And like I was saying, I forgot to say this. Trudeau government had introduced a bill dealing with bestiality. And they said green light, and then they pulled it back and said that, oh, you can't be sticking and all this. It's only like rubbing and licking and all this nasty shit. I'm like, it's still fucking nasty. This is why I said about gradualism. You know what I mean? Gradualism. They warp the minds of the people. So going back into verse 4 here, it says, come out of her, my people. And we're not talking about getting on a plane, go fly to Jamaica, Iran, Africa. It's not, no. Pull your mindset out of thinking like these people, being like these people. When in Rome, do like the Romans do, right? So the Lord is saying, return from that type of thinking there and come back onto me, okay? Pull yourself away from that philosophies, from those philosophies, from the way those people think and act, behave, all of that, and return ye back onto me. That's why the scriptures say, Isaiah chapter 30, if I'm not mistaken, that he'll give you teachers, pastor, or your teachers should not be removed into a corner anymore, right? You're going to hear a voice behind you that says, this is the way, walk ye in it when you turn to the left and right. Jeremiah also says, roughly phrasing, Jeremiah also says that I shall give you pastors, right? Teachers, apostles, whatever, according to what? His mind, according to his heart, which shall feed you, teach you, right? So going back into this, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and God have remembered her iniquities. Okay? Yeah. He remembered it. And he's like, this is how do you say, spiritually Babylon all over again. This place incorporates all of those wicked deeds. And because look, we got Esau, Edom coming right back again. And the same people. They liked it back then. They liking it now. Okay? Just like Esau. Esau was doing his shit back then. And he's doing it now. 2/3, they were doing their shit back then. They're doing it now. The prophets doing their thing back then. They're doing it now. Okay? It's not hard to see. It's not hard to understand. All right? Yep, this is why we tell you, as it says, draw away from them, because what? Those ways seduce our people. Allowing these people to pass these draconian laws and all this stuff. You know, when you're sitting idle and somebody says, hey, come, let's go do this. We're allowed to do it. It's all right. Or I don't know. Here, come, let's go do this and you'll see. You'll like it. You like it. You know? Proverbs chapter 12, and this is what this scripture, is going into too as well. Proverbs 12 and 26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them. So you got 2/3 of our people who are out there, especially the Northern Kingdom, they be into that beast stuff a lot, okay? And them Judite women's, but that Northern Kingdom be into that stuff a lot. Remember, a lot of the Northern Kingdom, them 2/3, they think they're actually white. They actually think that they're like the white, or let me say it like this. They actually think, because niggas, blacks, they're niggas and this and that. They think like the white man in a stead, but they think they're better than him, right? Same thing with the Chinese. And yeah, Northern Kingdom, they're Israelites, that, better than fucking Esau, Edom, yes. But you even got the so-called Chinese Moabites, they think the same way. They think just like the white man, want to dress like him and everything, and they think that they're better than him. They're following after wickedness, so they're thinking they're better than wickedness. But anyways, going back into this, but the way of the wicked seduceth them, man. So, it's allowed. The government passed it. You could do it. You got a couple Edomite friends who are into it, and they'd be doing it, and they displaying it and showcasing it. And all of a sudden, you fall victim to this shit. I remember when I was going back, like way back in school, anybody who was bringing acid and all this fucking like illicit drugs and shit to school was all these so-called white boys, man. These Edomites. Okay? I remember I'd be in class and I look over and the guy's face is red. His eyes are red. I go, yo, bro, what's wrong with you? He goes, I did a little nose candy. This is, mind you, all the way down into grade 6 and 5 and shit, these niggas was fucking with this shit, eh? And Esau Edom, he's so wicked, what? He sniffed glue, anything to get high. Anything to just pull himself out of the reality of who he is, man. And the things he did last night. But going back into this, yeah, this is on the same alignment, because a lot of those Edomites, they be talking about they had a girl last night and this and that, and meanwhile it's their sister. They went in the room and done touched up their sister. Who they learned that from? Their dad. Okay? I remember I watched this movie, Something by the Lake, and what the man was talking about, when he said chicken fighting, I go, what the fuck? Chicken wrestling or chicken fight? I go, what the fuck you talking about? When you watch that movie, you gonna find out what the fuck he was talking about. And the sick thing is, his sister did it to him. His older sister did it to him. And then when his sister had a son, he made his younger daughter do it to his sister's son. Okay? And then everybody was speculating if something, whatever. When you Akim go see it, you go see it. It's called something, something by the lake. Summer by the lake or something like that. Summer by the lake or by the lake, something like that. But it shows you that, these people are sick, man. These people are twisted, okay, crooked, all right? And you 2/3, you keep mingling yourself with them. And, like I said, the Northern Kingdom, they be into that beast stuff a lot, Sick, man. And even them Judite women too, I remember Back home, people used to call, people who they find with goats and stuff like that. Oh man, they would get stoned. You see, this guy's in the bush, coming out the bush, pulling up his pants, and he got a goat with him. What the fuck do you think he was just doing? Okay, but this is what I'm talking about. The ways of the wicked seduce our people, and besides, they're 2/3 anyways. Psalms 106 and verse 35. But they were mingled among the heathen and learned their works and served their idols which were a snare unto them. Okay? They were mingled among the heathen and learned their works. Okay? Just like today, you see our people are amongst this society, and this society passed out all these draconian laws. Yeah, do whatever you want. Go ahead, do it. And then Jake's sitting there itching. His Edomite friend, Moabite friend, Ishmaelite friend telling him, yeah, it was good, you should try it. Sick society, man. This is why I labeled it what the fuck, man, because it's like, you tell Jake, you try to show Jake is like, no, I don't believe you. I don't need to go what you say. As for this Yahweh you speak of, I don't need to hear that. Psalms 94 and verse 20. Can unjust leaders claim that God is on their side? Claim that God is on their side, leaders who decree permits injustice. Okay, let me go back into this and say it again. Can unjust leaders claim that Yahweh, B'Shem Yahushua, is on their side? Leaders whose decrees permit, allow injustice. Now, when you go into this word mischief, I want to go into that. Goes into wickedness. Okay. I'm gonna read it in KJV too. Trouble, mischief, flavor. Yep. Perverseness, wickedness. Okay. Perverseness, wickedness. All right. Let me go to something real quick. Let me read it back again in the KJV. I just wanted to get into NLT because it says it right there. They permit injustice. Okay. Psalms 94 and verse 20. Shall the throne of iniquity, that's even worse. The throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law. Okay, wickedness, perverseness by a law. So it supports it, right? By a law. They pass a decree. All right, he's allowed to do this perverseness, this wickedness. Because there's a law there protecting him. That's how we know that who the wicked is, man. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. To sleep with your animals, to be able to see photos and all this type of stuff and not go in the bin. They come to your house, they go, oh, see, we got all the photos here. Oh, no. He's protected by a law. His perverseness is protected by a law. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. They've written it into law, man. They have prescribed it, okay? And yes, they themselves, this is why they do that, because they themselves are that way, okay? The GNT says it. If you, Akim, have a chance, go read this in the GNT. Sirach chapter 10 and verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. So these politicians, they be into that shit, okay? They like to see pictures. They like the P to the E to the O to the D, or, the P to the E to the do, do, or whatever. You know what I'm saying, okay? They're all mixed up in that, okay? And we all know that. Even these rappers, they're all mixed up in that, man. Once again, Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Okay? So as a judge, of the people is himself, so are all of his officers, the ruler of the city, such are all they that dwell therein, man. Okay? So it's no wonder. They like it. They want it. Yeah, folly is set in great dignity, man. Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 5. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceedeth from the ruler. And who's the ruler in this situation here? The ruler right now, because when they go down, it tells you have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. And we know within this time frame, what again? Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Okay? So there's an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceedeth from the ruler. Okay? Let me go into another scripture and close out. Yep. Seven to 13. Yep. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna get Job 9:24. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 13. Consider the works of Yahweh, for who can make that straight which he have made crooked? That's right. Esau Edom is always gonna be a damn devil. That was his job. He was made to be this way. Okay? He was made to be this way. Just like we were made to serve righteousness and do righteousness, he was made to create wickedness and do wickedness, man. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Who's the wicked? We already know that Esau Edom, he is the wicked. Who's ruling the world right now? Esau Edom. This is why things are so out of whack. Upside down and backwards, as we say. Okay? The whole foundation of the earth is out of course because of this man. Okay? He covered the faces of the judges thereof. Right, he did that with his Renaissance period. Took down our images and put up his own images. Okay? If not, where and who is he? That's right. If not, where and who is he? Where? Where can I find this man? No, he is the man. Because you can't find this type of wickedness even amongst Elam, Moab. This guy's the chief. Ra'ash. This man's the chief, the head of wickedness, man. I mean, he would fight with the spiritual demons, say like, motherfucker, I'll be more evil than you. You know? That's how he was created to be. That he even want to rival the spiritual demon. The spiritual demon is doing his thing, you know? But that's how wicked this man is. This is how prideful, arrogance, the arrogant, prideful ass Esau Edom. This is how he is, man. That he will even rival the devil to say, I'm more wicked than you. But anyways, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? And we know who he is. This is Esau Edom, man. Like I said, go back to this video. Watch this video. They're basically allowing pedos and C picture holders, they're allowing them to walk. All right? They're saying no mandatory jail time for them. Take that out. They're like, no, they ain't, rub that underneath the carpet. Because you know why? Because those files that came out with the E to the P to the Bernstein beers, you get what I'm saying? Because you gotta be careful how you talk with these guys. Because they'll just take your whole goddamn channel down. Because remember, we speak truth. We're not speaking folly. So with those files, there's a ton of people week by week that, somehow is getting out there. That these people are on the list. These people are on the list. Beyonce, Jay-Z, P. Diddy, Donald Trump himself, Trump's associates, friends, people from Paris, the king, the so-called king. All these guys are on those lists, okay? So they're saying to themselves, if we push this shit forward and make it legal, the minds of the people, nobody's gonna be asking no more questions. Okay, you'll have a select few trying to find out again, or still digging. But guess what? When you got laws that support these people, remember, you frame mischief, wickedness, perverseness by a law. So when you have these people digging down, oh, they're harassing us. They're harassing us, man. You can't be doing this. That's how Edom works, man. Okay? So with that, Akim, hey, all praises, all honor, all glory be unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kudash. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to all the Akim doing and pushing this work in sincerity and truth worldwide. And a sincere shalom to the elect.